Welcome to Easy English Talks podcast. Hello and welcome. Today's topic is coins and money. We will speak slowly and clearly so you can understand and learn easily. You will learn new words and useful ideas. Here are some questions. Do you use coins every day? Do you know the names of coins in English? What do you buy with your money? Let's find out together. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Let's begin. Now, listen the dialogue.
Help me organize these coins.
That's a lot of money. What'd you do, break the piggy bank?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the bank and change it for bills, but first I have to separate them into little piles.
Okay. I'll find all the quarters and dimes while you sort the nickels and pennies.
Great, then we can add everything up and take it to the bank.
I found some coins that are not from here.
Oh yeah, those are from my trip to London. I have like 90 pence, but in all it won't add up to £1.
Are you sure the bank will change these coins for you?
Hopefully.
Hello everyone and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
Hi everyone, my name is Catherine, and today, Marco, we're talking about money.
That's right, we're going to take a look at another lesson about money, but this time we're going to learn a little bit more about coins in the United States.
That's right, different coins, so different sizes and shapes, they have different names because they represent different amounts of money. So today we're going to learn the names of those coins, and we're also going to learn a little bit about British money. So let's check out the dialogue.
Help me organize these coins.
That's a lot of money. What'd you do, break the piggy bank?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the bank and change it for bills, but first I have to separate them into little piles.
Okay. I'll find all the quarters and dimes while you sort the nickels and pennies.
Great, then we can add everything up and take it to the bank.
I found some coins that are not from here.
Oh yeah, those are from my trip to London. I have like 90 pence, but in all it won't add up to £1.
Are you sure the bank will change these coins for you?
Hopefully.
All right, we're back, so let's take a look at some of this language on Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
So first up, Marco, we have this funny phrase, break the piggy bank. What is a piggy bank?
That's right, a piggy bank. Now, you may have seen this. It has the shape of a little pig. It's usually made out of plastic or ceramic. And it has a little hole at the top where you can put in coins and just basically save your money there.
All right, so this is a pig-shaped bank,
Right.
but it's a bank you keep in your room. Mostly children have these, right?
Yeah, so if you want to save your change or you want to save some of your coins that you have or teach your children about saving money, then usually they have a little piggy bank where they can store their money.
So when you break the piggy bank, usually these were made of ceramic. So to spend the money, you have to decide when it's very, very special or important. So you have to break the entire bank.
Right.
And that's when you take all the coins you've been
Right,
saving.
exactly, because they didn't really have a little hole where you could take it out from. So when you wanted to take your money out, you literally had to, break it.
Break it. All right. So that's the piggy bank. But what do we store inside a piggy bank? We don't store bills, do we?
That's right. No, we store coins. So this is an interesting word, bill, like the name Bill Clinton, for example. Bills are the paper money that we use.
All right, but not capitalized like a name because this is a common noun. Bills represent all paper money. So I could ask for change. Could I have the change in bills, please?
That's right.
And if I'm at a store, they'll give me bills, maybe a $5 bill, a $10 bill. And this also counts for other currencies. So if I'm in China, I might get my renminbi, my yuan, in bills. So it's just
right.
a general name for paper money.
That's right. So, but what we store in the piggy bank are coins. Now, talking specifically about the types of coins or the different amounts that these represent, let's take a look at those more in detail.
All right, so first up, we've got quarters. Now, this should be pretty easy if you know your time, because a quarter is 1/4
That's
of something.
right.
So if we're talking about money, it's a quarter of a dollar or 25 cents.
That's right. So 25 cents or a quarter of a dollar or 1/4 of a dollar, we just call it a quarter. So, most machines or payphones, you need to insert quarters.
That's right. So you can recognize the quarter because it's the biggest coin and it has a big eagle on one side. And on the other side, it has George Washington's head.
Washington, that's right. Now, the next in line or the next coin that we're going to take a look at are dimes.
Dimes. Now, these are also recognizable because they're the smallest coins, but that does not mean they're the smallest amount.
Right.
Dimes are actually the second largest. They're 10 cents.
They're 10 cents or 1/10 of a dollar. And so you can say they're 10 cents or you can say dime. So do you have, I don't know, if you have 10 dimes, that means you got a dollar.
That's right. 10 dimes equal $1. And the face on the dime is
Thomas Jefferson?
Alexander Hamilton.
I don't know.
No, he was the first, he created basically the Department of the Treasury. But Thomas Jefferson is on another coin, and that's what we're going to look at next.
That's right. The nickel. The nickel is like the metal, nickel. And so this one is a little bit bigger than the dime, but not as big as the quarter.
Right.
I think it's a little bit thicker, maybe.
It is thicker, but it's not as much money. A nickel is 5 cents.
5 cents.
So 1/20th of a dollar.
That's right, 1/20th of a dollar. So this is what we call a nickel. So you would call this coin, you would say, hey, do you have any nickels? Dimes and nickels usually go together. I don't know why.
Nickels and dimes.
Nickels and dimes.
He's counting his nickels and dimes means he doesn't have very much money.
That's right. And then on this coin, you have the face of Thomas Jefferson.
That's right.
Okay.
And finally, we have the only coin that's not silver colored. It's actually more of a copper color. That would be the penny.
The penny, that's right. 1 cent or 1 penny is the smallest of the coins. And actually, you need 100 of these to make $1.
That's right. So this is very unique because it's a different color. It's the smallest amount. And the face on this coin, do you know this one?
Yes, this one is Abraham Lincoln.
Correct. All right. So we've got all these important people. All of them were presidents, actually, except for Alexander Hamilton.
That's right. And actually, I think Alexander Hamilton looks good. Better than the rest. I don't know.
He was
why.
a pretty handsome
Yeah.
man. Actually, no, he was said to be very funny looking, I think.
Yeah. So actually, all of these coins, you can call them by these names and everyone will recognize them, especially in the U.S. Now, I don't really think they apply to any other country. As we saw later on, for example, money in England or the United Kingdom. But usually in the U.S., if you say, hey, do you have any spare change or do you have any nickels and dimes? Then
Or could I borrow a penny?
Can I borrow a penny? Actually, in the U.S., they have these little things called take a penny, leave a penny, right?
Or give a penny, take a penny,
Yeah.
You see these because pennies are not worth very much money. And oftentimes, people will leave a penny, and if you have... something costs 26 cents, but you only have a quarter, you can take a penny and then spend that.
Right.
So they're basically free pennies.
Right.
You might see in a store.
And then also, if you get change, maybe you don't want to carry those pennies around or that change, so you just leave that there. And then, it's kind of a way of recycling this small amount of money, which is very interesting.
It is very interesting. But we're going to actually take a look at some British currency. So let's take another listen to the dialogue, and when we come back, we'll explore that.
Help me organize these coins.
That's a lot of money. What'd you do? Break the piggy bank?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the bank and change it for bills, but first I have to separate them into little piles.
Okay. I'll find all the quarters and dimes while you sort the nickels and pennies.
Great, then we can add everything up and take it to the bank.
I found some coins that are not from here.
Oh yeah, those are from my trip to London. I have like 90 pence, but in all it won't add up to £1.
Are you sure the bank will change these coins for you?
Hopefully.
All right, we're back. So let's take a look at these British words on Language Takeaway Part 2.
So here we've got British currency. The pound, right, is the name of the currency. So in America, we have the dollar. In Britain, we have the pound.
Is it the sterling pound?
Yeah, pound sterling.
The pound sterling, okay.
Pound sterling. And I think that has to do with weight, I'm sure. But here we've got it divided into small and large quantities. So where we have coins, we might have pence. Sounds like cents.
Right, exactly. And I think actually the penny might come from the British term pence?
I'm sure it does. They're very similar, and the meaning is basically 1/100th of a pound.
Right, exactly. And the pound is basically what you would say in the US a dollar. A pound is the currency of England. But actually, you know how in the United States people would say, $100,
Yeah.
which would be $100? Over there they say 100 quid.
Quid. So yeah, this is actually important slang. In America, I would spend $5 at the movies. In Britain, I would spend 5 quid. And now that's a slang term for 1 pound.
That's
Yeah.
right. And actually I've heard also like 50p, which I think means 50 cents.
Yeah, cents.
Pence.
Yeah, so 50p. So you could say this pack of gum costs 50p. So 50 pence.
That's right.
Half of a pound.
So as you can see, obviously the currencies are different, but also it is interesting to learn the way that you would say it locally. So, next time if you are in Britain or you're talking to an English person, then you'd know if they say, 50 quid, you understand they're talking about 50 pounds.
Exactly.
So, but they don't use the euro over there.
No, they don't. Not in Great Britain. They do use the euro on the continent. So France, Italy, and the euro is the name of that currency.
Okay. All right. So a lot of great stuff. And now lastly, although we saw it at the beginning of the dialogue, let's talk about what this person wants to do. He wants to change these coins into bills.
That's right. So the verb when you need to exchange money is to change money.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say if I go to England and all I have is dollars, I would say I want to change money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You could also say exchange, but when we're speaking to one another, we normally just say change. So.
Right. Right, because even the places are sometimes called like money changers. They
Yes.
say that or something like that.
Exactly. And so if I want to change money, that means I want to maybe change dollars for euros or dollars for pounds. But this also can mean I want to change a dollar for some quarters.
Right, right.
Because I need quarters for like a laundry machine or a
Right,
telephone.
Right. And I've heard also the term is to break. So if maybe you have a $10 bill and you need maybe a $5 bill, but you don't have one, you ask the person to break that money. So you say, can you break this bill?
Yeah, and that actually makes sense because a bill, normally you break something that's big into smaller pieces. So if you think about it, if I break a glass, it becomes many pieces. Well, if I break a $5 bill, I want maybe $1. I get 5 of those. There's one piece and then it breaks into many pieces. So to break means to ask for smaller change.
That's right. So maybe next time you guys need change, you can go up to someone and say, excuse me, can you change this $5 bill for me? Or can you break this $5 bill for me?
That's right.
All right, so a lot of interesting language, very useful stuff. Let's listen to the dialogue one last time.
Help me organize these coins.
That's a lot of money. What'd you do? Break the piggy bank?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the bank and change it for bills, but first I have to separate them into little piles.
Okay. I'll find all the quarters and dimes while you sort the nickels and pennies.
Great, then we can add everything up and take it to the bank.
I found some coins that are not from here.
Oh yeah, those are from my trip to London. I have like 90 pence, but in all it won't add up to 1 pound.
Are you sure the bank will change these coins for you?
Hopefully.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Coin, a small piece of metal money. Paper money, money made of paper, bills or banknotes. Banknote, a paper money note. Bill, paper money, especially in the USA. Penny, a 1-cent coin, smallest coin in the USA. Nickel, a 5-cent coin. Dime, a 10-cent coin. Quarter, a 25-cent coin. Cent, 1/100th of a dollar. Dollar, the main money unit in the USA. Value, how much something is worth. Piggy bank, a small box to save coins. Wallet, a small case to keep money and cards. Metal, a hard material used to make coins. Foreign, from another country. Exchange, to change one thing for another, money. Save, to keep money for future use. Money, anything used to buy goods or services. Cash, money in coins or paper, not card. Shop, a place where you buy things. Collect, to gather or keep things as a hobby. Picture, an image or drawing. Colour, the appearance of something like red, blue, etc. Part. Questions and answers. A. What is a coin?
Q. A coin is money made of metal.
A. What is paper money called?
Q. It is called a banknote or bill.
A. How many coins do you have in your pocket?
Q. I have 3 coins.
A. Do you use coins every day?
Q. Yes, I use coins every day.
A. What coins do you know in English?
Q. I know penny, nickel, dime and quarter.
A. What is the smallest coin in your country?
Q. The smallest coin is 1 cent.
A. What can you buy with coins?
Q. I can buy candy or a drink.
A. How do you pay for things?
Q. I pay with cash or card.
A. Do you like using coins or paper money?
Q. I like using coins.
A. What is a dollar?
Q. A dollar is paper money or coin used in the USA.
A. How many cents make $1?
Q. 100 cents make $1.
A. Can you save coins?
Q. Yes, I save coins in a piggy bank.
A. What is a piggy bank?
Q. It is a small box to save coins.
A. What is the value of a quarter?
Q. A quarter is 25 cents.
A. How many quarters make $1?
Q. 4 quarters make $1.
A. What do you do with old coins?
Q. I keep them or exchange them.
A. Can you use coins in shops?
Q. Yes. Shops accept coins.
A. What is a foreign coin?
Q. A coin from another country.
A. Have you ever travelled with foreign money?
Q. Yes. I have foreign coins from my trip.
A. Do banks change foreign coins?
Q. Sometimes banks change foreign coins.
A. Why do people save money?
Q. To buy things or for the future.
A. What is money used for?
Q. Money is used to buy goods and services.
A. Can coins be old?
Q. Yes, some coins are very old.
A. What is a penny?
Q. A penny is 1 cent coin.
A. Do you use a wallet?
Q. Yes, I keep coins and money in my wallet.
A. What is the colour of a penny?
Q. A penny is copper colour.
A. How do you say 50 cents?
Q. 50 cents or half a dollar.
A. Do coins have pictures on them?
Q. Yes. Coins have pictures or numbers.
Part General Information.
How much do you know about coins and money? You familiar with the coins and bills used in the U.S.? If not, don't worry. Today we were going to talk about coins and money in the U.S. and help you learn some new words. In this lesson, we all talk about the different kinds of coins and bills in the United States and what they reused for. Let's begin. Are you ready? Set, go. The first word in this lesson is coins. Coins are small pieces of metal that we use as money. Almost everyone uses coins every day. Most countries have their own coins. The United States has 5 coins: the penny, the nickel, the dime, the quarter, and the half. These are all coins. Can you say them with me? The penny, the nickel, the dime, the quarter, and the half. Let's look at the pictures on the front of each coin. This is the penny. It has the picture of Abraham Lincoln on it. On the nickel, we see the picture of Thomas Jefferson. On the dime, there is a picture of Franklin. And on the quarter, we see George Washington. Finally, on the half, we can see the President John F. Kennedy. Now let's look at the values of these coins. Penny is the smallest coin. It's worth 1 cent or 1. We usually just call it a penny. You may think it's not very valuable, but if you find an old one, it might be worth a lot of money. Can you believe that? Next is the nickel. It's worth 5 cents, or 5. Then comes the dime, which is worth 10 cents, or 10. After the dime is the quarter, which is worth 25 cents, or 25. The biggest and most valuable coin that we regularly use is the half. It's worth 50 cents or 50. Sometimes people use the word change to talk about coins. When you buy something and pay with a bill, the store owner gives you back the correct amount of coins. That's your change. Now that you know about coins, let's talk about paper money. Paper money is called bills in the United States. Bills come in different amounts or denominations. The most common ones are $1, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100. Of course, you can get bills worth more than $100, but those aren't as common. Let's look at a real US dollar bill. Here it is. On the front, we can see the President Andrew Jackson. And on the back, there's a big seal with the words United States of America on it. Call this the back. Now let's look at a $10 bill. On the front of this bill, we see the president. And on the back, we can read the United States of America. You may be wondering how much a bill is worth by its name. Well, it's easy. If you see a bill with the name 5 on it, it's worth $5. If it says 10, it's worth $10, and so on. Now you know the names of the bills and how much each one is worth. What do we use bills and coins for? We use them to buy things. Of course, we don't use coins for big purchases like cars or houses. Instead, we use checks or credit cards for those. But for everyday purchases, we often use coins and bills. Many students ask me, can I use a $50 bill to pay for my $47 purchase? Yes, of course. In fact, you can use any bill to make a purchase as long as it is enough to pay for what you want. The amount of money that you use to buy something is called the cost. So if you buy something that costs $23, you need to take out a $20 bill and a $3 bill to pay for it. When you go to a store to buy something, you take your money out of your wallet or purse and give it to the cashier. The cashier puts the money into a cash register. A cash register is a machine that adds up the cost of everything you buy and tells the cashier how much money you owe. The total amount of money you owe for all of your items is called the amount due. When you give the cashier the money, the cashier checks to make sure that you paid the full amount due. If you did, the cashier will give you back your change. After you pay for your items, you take them to a place where you keep them until you're ready to take them home. Call this place your vehicle. Your vehicle could be a car, a bike, a bus, or even a suitcase. Now you know how to buy something in a store. What about a restaurant? Is it the same? Not exactly. In a restaurant, you sit down at a table and someone brings you food. When you finish eating, you take your food to the counter and pay for it. Sometimes the waiter brings you a bill. The bill is a piece of paper that shows you what you ate and the total amount you must pay. You give the waiter or waitress your money and get your change. In a fancy restaurant, the waiter or waitress may bring you your change, but in a fast food restaurant, you take your change from a cash register. Now you know how to pay for food. You may be thinking, I need a lot of money to eat in a restaurant. It depends on where you go. In a fast food restaurant, a meal costs around $5 to $10. But in a fancy restaurant, a meal can cost $20, $30, or even $40. Some people keep their money in a special container in their homes. This container is usually made of metal and is very heavy. It's called a piggy bank. People save their money in piggy banks. Some people save their money for a special purchase. Others save their money for emergencies. Emergencies are situations when you really need money quickly. For example, if your car breaks down or if you need to fix your roof, you might need money for repairs. If something bad happens unexpectedly, you may need emergency money. If you ask anyone why they save their money, they'll probably say, for a rainy day. This means they save their money for emergencies. There are many reasons to understand how to count money. First, it's important to know how to handle money every day. Knowing about coins and bills helps us understand how our economy works. It also helps us understand how much things cost. If you don't know how to count money, it's difficult to decide if something is a good deal or not. Counting money also helps us become better shoppers. Good shoppers compare prices before they buy things. If you don't understand prices, you can't compare them. In the United States, most people use bills and coins, but many people also use credit or debit cards. Credit card is a small plastic card that has a number on it. People use credit cards to buy things. They put their credit card into a machine. The machine takes the card and then gives it back. The person using the credit card doesn't pay for the item right away. Instead, they get a bill for the item later. They have 30 to 60 days to pay for it. A debit card is another type of card that people use. With a debit card, the person pays for the item right away. Although many people use cards to buy things, many people still prefer to use cash. Cash is money in the form of coins and bills. Using cash is usually cheaper because you don't have to pay any extra fees. Extra fees are additional amounts of money that you have to pay for a service. For example, if you use a credit card instead of cash, the store might charge you an extra fee. To sum up, coins and bills are very important in the United States. People use coins like pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters every day. Each coin has a different value. For example, a quarter is worth 25 cents. $1 is made of 100 cents. Paper money in the U.S. is called bills, and it comes in different amounts, like $1, $5, $10, $20, and more. People use coins and bills to pay for things in stores, restaurants, and other places. Many people save coins in piggy banks. Some coins are old and can be valuable for collectors. Foreign coins are sometimes exchanged at banks when people travel. Cash is still popular, but many people also use credit or debit cards for shopping. Understanding money helps in daily life in the U.S. Before we go, let's review the new words from this lesson. Write each word in your notebook and try to remember its meaning. Now let's look at them together. C-O-I-N-S, coins. C-H-A change. B-I, double hockey sticks bills. C-O, double hockey sticks, cash. D-E-B-I-T, debit. C-R-E-D-I-T, credit. Well done. You finished this lesson. Congratulations. If you enjoyed this lesson, click the like button below and leave me a comment. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button now. See you next time. Hello everyone, and welcome to this channel. Today we're going to talk about coins and money in our target countries. You may be surprised to know that in some countries coins are used every day, while in others they re not. Let's find out more. Let's start with a question. What do you use to pay for things where you live? Do you use coins or banknotes? Maybe both. In most English-speaking countries, people use coins and paper money. However, in many other countries around the world, people don't use coins. Instead, they only use paper money. Let's look at 5 countries we've already talked about. The first is India. People in India use coins and paper money every day. They have coins worth 1, 2, 5, and 10 rupees. They also have coins worth 20, 50, and 1 rupee. If you want to learn more about Indian rupees, you can watch a previous video. The second country is Pakistan. This country also uses rupees as their money. Their coins are worth the same amount as Indian coins. So 1 Pakistani rupee is equal to 1 Indian rupee. Just like in India, people in Pakistan use coins and paper money. The third country is Indonesia. There people use coins called rupiahs, which are similar to rupees in India and Pakistan. Indonesian coins come in various values such as 10, 20, 50, 100, and 500 rupiahs. In addition, they use paper money. Now let's talk about Malaysia. In Malaysia, people use ringgit as their money. A Malaysian ringgit is equal to 1 unit of Singapore dollars. They have coins worth 5, 10, 20, 50 cents, and 1 ringgit. In addition, they use paper money. Finally, let's talk about Egypt. As we mentioned before, Egyptian money is called Egyptian pounds. Their coins come in denominations of 5, 10, 25, and 50 piastres and 1 pound. They also have paper money. As you can see, each country has its own coins and money. In most of these countries, people use coins and paper money. Only 2 countries we've talked about so far don't use coins. They're Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. These countries only use paper money. But why do countries have their own coins and money? Well, let's understand this by taking an example. Imagine there's a country that only uses coins. All their coins are made of gold and silver. Now, if someone wants to buy something, they need to carry heavy bags of coins everywhere. That would be very difficult. So, to make things easier, governments make coins from different metals and different sizes. They also assign different values to these coins. This makes it easier for people to buy things using coins. In countries like India, Pakistan, Indonesia, Malaysia, and many African countries, coins and money are used every day. Each country has its own coins with different values and designs. For example, in India, you will find coins like 1, 2, 5, and 10 rupees. But if you go to Pakistan, you'll find the same coins, but with the image of the Pakistani leader on them. This is because each country has its own leader in government. They make their own coins with their own images on them. Now let's look at the design of these coins. Most coins have important symbols or pictures on them. For example, the Indian 2 rupee coin has the picture of Mahatma Gandhi. He was the leader of India. The Pakistani to rupee coin has the picture of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He was the leader of Pakistan. In Indonesia, the 100 rupiah coin has the picture of a bird called Garuda. It's the national bird of Indonesia. And in Malaysia, the 5 ringgit coin has the picture of the Sultan of Selangor. He's the leader of one of the states in Malaysia. On the other side, coins usually have the name of the country and the value of the coin. For example, here's a 10 rupee coin from India. On one side, it has the picture of Mahatma Gandhi and the words Government of India. On the other side, it has the value of the coin, which is 10. Most of these coins are made of metal, are usually made of nickel, copper, or aluminum. Sometimes they have special designs or colors. For example, the Indian 5 rupee coin is made of a special metal called cuprakal. It's a mix of copper and nickel. The coin is brown in color. The 10 rupee coin is made of nickel and has a silver color. In Malaysia, the 50-cent coin is made of aluminum. It has a silver color. The 1 ringgit coin is made of nickel and has a golden color. Coins are small and easy to carry. That's why people use them for small purchases. For example, if you buy a bottle of water, you can pay with a 5 rupee coin. Or if you buy a candy bar, you can pay with a 10 rupee coin. Now let's look at what happens when people from these countries visit other countries. When someone travels to another country, they usually have to exchange their money for the local currency. For example, if someone from India goes to Malaysia, they must exchange their rupees for Malaysian ringgit. They can do this at the airport or at a bank. They can also use their credit or debit cards. If you go to a bank, you'll find many different kinds of coins. This is because banks keep different types of coins for people who want to exchange their money. For example, if you're from India, you might want to exchange your rupees for Malaysian ringgit. The bank will give you the amount of money you want in exchange for your rupees. You can then use this money to buy things in Malaysia. When people save money, they often keep it in their homes. People save money for different reasons. Some people save money to buy a new house or car. Others save money for their children's education. Many people save money just in case they need it in the future. In many countries, people keep their money in a special place in their house. This place is usually a safe or a locked box. People also keep their important documents in this place. Many people like collecting coins. Coin collecting is a popular hobby in many countries. Some people collect coins from one country, others collect coins from all over the world. People who collect coins are called pneumatists. They buy, sell, and trade coins. They also keep their coins in special albums. Now let's talk about how people use coins and money. When you go to a market or shop, you can pay for things using coins and paper money. People use coins for small purchases and paper money for big ones. For example, if you buy a loaf of bread, you can pay for it using a 5 rupee coin. If you buy a dress, you'll probably use a 100 rupee note. In most countries, people use coins and paper money every day. We use money to buy the things we need and sometimes the things we want. We use coins and paper money to pay for these things. Different countries have different types of money. Some countries use coins and others use paper money. Some countries use both. Now we know a lot about coins and money in other countries. We learned that different countries have different coins and that these coins have different values. We also learned that people use coins and paper money for small purchases. If you want to know more about money in other countries, you can watch more videos. Just click on the link below. If you want to know more about a specific country, you can click on the link below. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell. And if you have any comments or questions, please write them down below. We'd love to hear from you. See you next time.
All right, coming back to the topic now. You seem to know a lot about this stuff. Let's test your knowledge here. On the $100 bill, who do we find? What president or one person?
Benjamin Franklin.
That's right. But he wasn't a president, right?
He was not. He was a very important figure in American history.
Mm-hmm.
Many people are familiar with the story of Benjamin Franklin and the kite with the key on
Right,
it. So
and
he discovered electricity.
That's right.
He was a very important inventor and also an important person when it comes to the creation of America.
That's right. Now, the smaller of the bills would be the $1 bill. And actually, now you have a $1 coin as well. But on the $1 bill, do you know who's on there? I think is George Washington also,
I think so,
right?
yeah.
So he's on the quarter and on the $1 bill.
We like to recycle our presidents. The $20 bill then would be Abraham Lincoln, right?
Oh, that's right. So they're actually on. That's kind of unfair, though.
Favorite presidents in the United States. So yeah.
But they haven't changed over time. Like in other countries, you see that they change according to the important person that's in government, or maybe like for example in China, you have Chairman Mao on there, which before you didn't, or in England you have Queen Elizabeth. Before was the previous ruler, which I think was King George the Sixth.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in the U.S. guys, flat out 100 years ago, these guys haven't changed them since then.
Well, I think what's America likes to celebrate its creation, and
which is still a very young country, right?
Right, 1776. So it's only been 240 years. So yeah, the idea is basically that we celebrate the founding, so the beginning of the republic, and the men who are involved in that, they're called the founders. George Washington. James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, all of Benjamin Franklin. These people were very important in the history of America, and that's why we celebrate them on our money. The one exception, of course, is Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
He was from the 1860s.
Right,
as you
16th
remember.
president. That's
yeah,
right.
He was very important because of the Civil War and a lot of the changes that later happened to our Constitution. And so he's another person who's maybe added on.
So he's basically the last guy you guys kind of celebrate, because you don't have I don't know,
Franklin Delano Roosevelt,
right, or Bill Clinton or something like this.
Not yet.
Right. So I guess we gotta wait a while. But that's very interesting. This history aspect of currencies is actually very, very interesting.
It is. And one thing I'd like to add about quarters is that in the 2000s, so from 2000 I think on, the United States started to make state quarters. So you'll see oftentimes these quarters with the picture of a state. New Hampshire, Maryland, Illinois, California, and a special symbol of that state. And so these are special quarters from the last maybe 10 years or so.
Yeah, I remember seeing these, because usually on the other side of the quarter, on one side you had George Washington, on the other side you had the eagle, the emblem of the flag, I guess. Well, not the flag, but the
emblem
national
of the
bird or the republic. And but now you have these states, and it says Delaware, and it has a little maybe I don't know, flower or something that's representative of these states. So that was actually very nice. It was a collector's type thing as well, right? People were collecting
That's
these.
right. You can collect all 50. Some people did that, and you still see them in use. So those are the state quarters, and those generally are newer quarters.
Okay, interesting. Come, and we'll see you guys there.
Bye.
Bye.